On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Sizzle.
To make a hissing or crackling sound, especially when something is cooking in a pan.
Examples:
Sizzle in the distance. Sizzle in the pan. The hot metal sizzled as it hit the water, creating steam.
Deception.
The act of misleading or tricking someone, often by creating a false impression or concealing the truth, a fraudulent or dishonest action.
Examples:
Deception tactics. Deception in advertising. The politician was accused of deception for making false promises during his campaign.
Deceive.
To cause someone to believe something that is not true, often by telling a lie or creating a false impression.
Examples:
Deceive to lie. Deceive skillfully. The magician's illusions were designed to deceive the audience into believing they saw something impossible.
Saran.
A trade name for a type of plastic that is often used in food packaging, a thin, clear, plastic film that is made from vinylidene chloride.
Examples:
Saran film. Stretchable saran. Make sure to use microwave-safe saran wrap to avoid melting.
Warp.
To twist or bend out of shape, especially as a result of being heated, to distort or twist the meaning or sense of something.
Examples:
Warp under pressure. Become warped. The ship's hull was warped from years of use in rough seas.
Stab.
To cause harm with a sharp, pointed object, such as a knife.
Examples:
Stab at the enemy with a knife. Stab in the chest. He was stabbed many times with scissors.
Celery.
A plant of the parsley family with crisp green stalks and leaves, used as a vegetable in cooking and for salads.
Examples:
Celery stick. Celery juice. I like to eat celery with peanut butter as a healthy snack.
Lettuce.
A leafy vegetable that is often used as a base for salads or sandwiches. It has green leaves and a mild flavor.
Examples:
Crisp lettuce. Wilted lettuce. I want a sandwich with extra lettuce, please.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Paramount.
More important than anything else, having superior power and influence or the highest position.
Examples:
the Lord paramount. Paramount to all the others. This country became a country of paramount geostrategic importance to us.
Propeller.
A device with rotating blades or vanes used for propulsion or creating lift, typically used on boats or aircraft.
Examples:
propeller design. Propeller aircraft. The boat's propeller stopped working in the middle of the lake.
Cannonball.
A large metal or stone ball shot or fired from a cannon.
Examples:
a 4 kilograms cannonball. Human cannonball. The castle collapsed as multiple cannonballs hit the walls.
Plunge.
To dive quickly and steeply downward, to thrust or throw into something. Noun, a steep and rapid fall.
Examples:
plunge into the water. Plunge a dagger through his heart. The company's profits plunged after the recall of their new product.
Octave.
A musical interval encompassing 8 diatonic scale degrees, such as the interval from C to the next C in a C major scale.
Examples:
octave key. Octave range. The singer's range was impressive, covering 3 octaves with ease.
Churn.
To stir or agitate a liquid, substance, or mixture vigorously to produce foam or because of violent movement, to cause a large number of people to move or leave, to produce something, such as money, through continuous activity or turnover.
Examples:
churn out manufactured goods. Churn in my stomach. The cream needs to be churned for several minutes before it becomes butter.
Synchronize.
To happen or cause to happen at the same time or rate.
Examples:
synchronize movements. Synchronize our watches. The ball speed will increase when the lower body movements are perfectly synchronized.
Reverb.
An audio effect that produces a sound that is reflected off surfaces in an enclosed space, creating a sense of space or ambience, the natural echoing or reverberation of sound in a large or open space.
Examples:
reverb effect. Reverb chamber. The singer's voice had a natural reverb that sounded beautiful in the acoustically designed church.
Reverberate.
To be repeated several times as an echo.
Examples:
reverberate through the hall. Reverberate in my head. The effects might reverberate across the oceans in unexpected ways.
Gunshot.
The sound or act of firing a gun or other firearm, usually accompanied by a loud explosion and a projectile that is propelled toward the target.
Examples:
gunshot wound. Gunshot residue. The loud gunshot startled the wildlife in the nearby forest.
Canyon.
A large deep valley with very steep sides of rock and usually formed by a river.
Examples:
Twisty canyon road. Canyon of skyscrapers. The Grand Canyon has an awe-inspiring sight.
Narrator.
A person who tells a story, especially in a book or film.
Examples:
First-person narrator. The narrator of the TV program. The narrator makes use of the local dialect.
Flashback.
An interruption of the chronological sequence of events in a narrative, in which an event or scene from a past time is inserted into the current narrative.
Examples:
Vivid flashback. Flashback memory. The flashback scene in the movie shows the characters' past experiences.
Freeman.
A person who is not a serf or enslaved person and has the right to hold property and vote.
Examples:
Freeman rights. Freeman status. In the colonial period, only freeman was allowed to vote.
Yin.
In Chinese philosophy, the feminine or passive principle, characterized as darkness and the moon and associated with softness, wetness, and cold.
Examples:
Yin deficiency. Kidney yin. The concept of yin and yang is central to traditional Chinese philosophy.
Yang.
In Chinese philosophy, the masculine or active principle, characterized as light and the sun and associated with hardness, dryness, and heat.
Examples:
The yang principle. Embody yang energy. He saw the balance between the yin and yang as crucial for a harmonious life.
Provoke.
To stimulate or give rise to a particular reaction or have a particular effect.
Examples:
Provoke a disease. Provoke a reaction. Her behavior provoked a quarrel between the couple.
Contemplate.
To think about a possible future action or to think about something for a long time thoughtfully.
Examples:
Contemplate a marriage. Contemplated leaving school. I recently contemplated dropping out of school and getting a full-time job.
Pretentious.
Attempting to impress others by pretending to be more important, innovative, or significant than is actually the case, showy or ostentatious.
Examples:
Pretentious behavior. Pretentious language. The pretentious guest at the party talked endlessly about his expensive taste in wine.
Filmmaker.
A person who makes films, typically as a profession.
Examples:
Nonfiction filmmaker. A successful filmmaker. The renowned filmmaker won several awards for his latest film.
Synonym.
A word or expression that has the same or nearly the same meaning as another word or expression in the same language.
Examples.
Synonym retrieval. Rough synonym. She was searching for a synonym for happiness in the thesaurus.
Ambience.
The atmosphere or feeling that is created by a specific environment, usually physical or sensory, the mood or character of a particular place or setting.
Examples.
Tropical ambience. Sophisticated ambience. The ambience of the restaurant was carefully curated to create a romantic atmosphere.
Primal.
Of or relating to the earliest stage of development, fundamental, primitive.
Examples.
Primal eras. Primal fear. The primal instincts of the animal kicked in when it was threatened.
Subconsciously.
In a way that is not fully conscious or aware of.
Examples.
Subconsciously influenced. Controlled subconsciously. He subconsciously picked at his cuticles while he was on the phone.
Chirp.
A short, sharp sound that is made by birds or insects or by electronic devices such as alarms or beepers.
Examples.
The chirp of a bird. The chirp of a cricket. The sound of the chirp woke me up early in the morning.
Lynch.
To put to death or punish, usually by hanging, without legal authorization or due process, often as an act of mob justice or vigilante action. Noun, a violent punishment, often extrajudicial, in which a mob or group of people seize and kill someone, usually by hanging, as a form of punishment or vengeance.
Examples.
Lynch law. Lynch him to death. The mob wanted to lynch the suspect before he could be tried in court.
Connote.
To suggest or imply something in addition to its literal or primary meaning. To imply something beyond the literal or primary meaning.
Examples.
Connote emotion. Connote symbolism. The word home connotes a sense of warmth and comfort.
Dissonant.
Sounds that are not in harmony or are in conflict with one another. An uncomfortable or tense feeling caused by conflicting ideas or emotions.
Examples.
A dissonant voice. Dissonant note. The dissonant sound from the poorly tuned instruments was painful to listen to.
Howl.
To make a prolonged, loud, mournful cry or noise, typically as a signal of distress, pain, or an intense emotion. To express one's strong feelings or emotions in a loud and unrestrained manner. Noun, a long, loud, mournful sound made by a person or an animal, often in response to pain, fear, or sadness.
Examples:
Howl at the moon. Howl of anger. The wolves began to howl in the distance as the sun set.
Veil.
A piece of fine cloth worn by women to cover or conceal the face. Verb, to cover, conceal, or obscure.
Examples:
Veil of mystery. Veil her face. He lifted her veil with both hands.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM. Verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Disciple.
A person who learns from another, especially one who then teaches others.
Examples:
Enthusiastic disciple. Disciple of Buddha. He became a disciple of a well-known spiritual leader.
Panopticon.
A type of prison building or structure designed to allow a single observer to watch all inmates at all times without being seen themselves. A structure or system designed to exert complete surveillance or control over a group or population.
Examples:
Panopticon-like surveillance. Panopticon effect on behavior. The Panopticon prison design allows for constant surveillance of the inmates.
Monastery.
A building or complex of buildings in which members of a male religious community, called monks, live and worship.
Examples:
Monastery garden. Leave a monastery. This ancient monastery was founded in the 13th century and had a long history of religious devotion.
Squeak.
To make a high-pitched, short, sharp noise, to speak or say something in a high-pitched, weak, or timid voice.
Examples:
Squeak out a few words. My squeak. The door squeaked when I opened it.
Typewriter.
A mechanical device used for writing, consisting of type keys that, when pressed, imprint ink onto paper or other writing material, mainly used before modern computers, printers, and word processors took over.
Examples:
Typewriter keys. Electronic typewriter. I found an old typewriter at a thrift store and used it to write my novel.
App.
Abbreviation for application, software designed to run on smartphones and other mobile devices or inside a web browser on a PC.
Examples:
Killer app. Cannot log into the app. The discovery of a critical bug caused the company to delay the app's release.